camera's like lopsided.
Nice. It seems that we are live now. So, hello everyone. My name is Juliana Pereira, and today I'll be interviewing Pancy, who is joining us from Myanmar. And she came to United States to study at the Santa Rosa Junior College in California. As an international student myself, I'm excited to learn more about how Pansy navigated moving to a new country, adapting to a different education system, and building her community here in the United States. Today's session is all about real student experience. What it actually feels to like to move to a new country, adapt to a new education system, and build a future abroad. So, Pansy, thank you so much for being here today with us, and we're excited to hear your story. So, let's get started, right? To start off, I just would like to ask for you to introduce yourself and talk a little bit more about your story.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm Pancy. I'm from Myanmar and I'm currently majoring in biology, planning to transfer to a 4 year with um, in hopes of um, in the future getting a medical degree. And Myanmar is a really beautiful and uh, culturally diverse country, and it's shaped by different like many ethnic groups. And like it's also really hot there. Basically, we have like two weathers, like monsoon, which is like the rainy season, and the summer, because all year long, even winter is like really hot. So yeah.
Nice. And can you share what inspired you, your decision to study in the United States, and why you chose Santa Rosa Junior College to start your academic journey?
So my parents had always told me to like pursue like the best educational opportunities, like seize them when you can. And I believe that Santa Rosa Junior College is like a really big campus, and it's like student centered as well. So it's like you get like one-on-one experience with like the professors, and so that like it doesn't feel like you're another person in like a really big lecture hall. So I think it's like a really great place, and like you can build a really great community as well here.
Nice. So, what were your first impressions like when you arrived? You kind of already talk about it, like, but there's something that stood up to you when you arrived in your Santa Rosa Junior College and started exploring the campus?
Yeah, I think I remember my very first time stepping onto this campus. It was like really big, right? So I felt like a little bit like sensory overload, and it was like kind of overwhelming because it was so big. I felt like I would get lost if I start like exploring and stuff. I just came here to like meet my counselor, and then because I think like because I didn't know how like the education system worked here as well, because everything was like enrolling in class and all that, it didn't really make sense to me at the start, so it was just kind of overwhelming. But I really liked the campus because it was like winter, I believe, when I like came here, and it was super cold, so it was a really big change for me.
Nice. And I know, even for myself, that many international students say that the first month can be one of the hardest part of studying abroad. For me, it was true. And what were some of the things that about Santa Rosa Junior College that help you feel welcome and support during your first weeks?
Yeah, I feel like that is not a stereotype because I think I was like homesick for definitely like a month. But Santa Junior College, I feel like the international student program here is like really supportive, especially because like I think my first meeting with like I had because our international student advisor Becky, she like helps you guides you like from like the beginning to end. Like you get a Zoom meeting with her like right before you like even step foot into this country, and like she tells you everything, and like just emails like just like tips and everything. So like when you have like like questions about your visa, any support actually, you can just come here. And so like I felt really supported by all the um community here, especially the international student program.
Nice, nice. And what was the moment that you thought, I made the right choice to come to Santa Rosa Junior College?
I think there was like two um experiences that made me feel like this was the right choice for me, because the first choice was when I made my first friend, real friend here, because I feel like if you actually meet like your person, like your community, it could actually make you feel like your home, like your second home. And then the second time was like experiencing the JC like academic support and all that, like the environment overall. So I think yeah.
That's
And
nice. Oh, sorry. Go for.
also yeah, because like especially because I'm taking organic chemistry right now, and like the professors are really great here. So for that class as well. So yeah.
That's good. So you said that you previously studied under a British curriculum and completed your international general certification of secondary education exams before coming to United States, right? So
Mhm.
what was your academic experience being like at Santa Rosa Junior College compared to your previous school experience?
Okay, so I think when I went to high school back home in Myanmar, it was like really small, like even smaller. So the class sizes here are really small. But one of the things that was like shocking to me is because when I went to high school, my principal was like super strict. We couldn't like tie our hair. I mean, we had to tie our hair. We couldn't have like long nails because we couldn't have a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Like super strict, and you can't be late to class or else like you have to step outside and then just like be there like standing up. So like it's embarrassing when people walks. Anyway, but here also right, like you can't eat during like your professor when your teacher's like lecturing and stuff. But here I think
Mhm.
my first class for I think intro to biology, I just remember like sitting in lecture one time and one person just like opened a bag of Chick-fil-A and I was like, wow. And it was just like you just hear like rustles and like them eating it and I was like, oh, yeah. But also like it's super flexible here too. Like you can also like just step out. Like you don't need to ask for like bathroom breaks or anything. Just like yeah.
Mhm.
This is one of the differences, I believe. Super flexible here. And I remember actually we never actually had like a um multiple choice questions back home. Usually they're more like essay writtens and like super like but here there's like more like questions in exams. There can be like multiple choices. So that's like the differences from back home and
Nice, nice. And what are the classes like at Santa Rosa Junior College? How the professors support the students and encourage participation in classes? Tell me a little bit more about that.
mm. The classes here I think I remember my first semester actually. I so there was like this professor. I thought I wasn't like doing because I was worried that because I was taking English 1A instead of doing ES. I was worried that I wouldn't be like doing great in that class. But then I think I remember once like we had to write an essay and then the professor actually like picked out mine and another girl's paper and then to reference she was like these are like my favorite papers out of everyone and she was like go to them if you need support and then that made me feel a little better because I was like I thought I didn't do really well in the essays so like they really give you like great like tips and like yeah I think they're really supportive in that way and we also have like lots of resources here too because like so many like tutorial centers and stuff so I think classes here yeah are like everyone's super supportive especially like even your like classmates as well as you continue to like advance into like the later like classes you see like more familiar faces too so I think they also like you can like you know they give you like
Connect. Yeah.
yes.
So you just mentioned that event of the professor mentioned your paper as a good one as a reference. But do you have any specific other share moment when a professor or in a classroom with Santa Rosa Junior College that made like a strong impact on your learning and your confidence?
Yeah, I think my favorite professor out of everyone in like my journey right here in here like 2 years is definitely Janice Crowley. She taught me general chemistry like part A, like the very first. And then she made the class super easy. Like she was just like the very first beginning of class, she had her goals straight. She's like, if you do all the stuff that I tell you to, and then like just do the homeworks, even though they were not due, they were just for our like for us. Like if you do it, you'll succeed. If you don't, you don't, right? But then, yeah, she's like super straightforward. And also, like, because I'm kind of like a visual learner too, whenever she has like lectures, she would bring like experiments. And then she would show us first to like engage students in like draw them in first, and then she would show us like really cool experiments, I remember, and like talk about her experience as a chemist journey. And then yeah, I think she was like, she made a really big impact on me. But yeah, she was like super supportive.
That is so nice. And it's still about the support system of your college. Santa Rosa Junior College is known for supporting international students. And what kind of support did you receive from the international support program when you first arrived?
Right. I think my first year was like the toughest moment for me because I was still 16, and I couldn't like, there was so much stuff that I couldn't do. Like bank, like opening a bank account. At first, like they weren't, they were gonna do it for me because they were like, you need someone to like open a joint account with you. And then I was like, I don't have anyone here. And then I was like, can you please try for me? Because like I heard from like one of my friend who's also 16, and they were able to open for them. And it was only Bank of America, I believe, that actually does it for you. And I was able to open it. And like also this, I like reached out to Becky, and I was like, oh, like what do I do and stuff. And then another support was like, first I actually like lived with my friend's family at the start, and it didn't really work out as well as we wanted it to. So I had to like find another place to live, and then I reached out to Becky, and I was like, "Oh, like what do I do?" And she was like, "There's a dorm here. We actually have a dorm here." And then I was like, "Oh, lovely, right?" I was like, I was super excited to go like live in the dorms, but then turns out I needed to be 18 to like get a background check on me and stuff. They were like, "We need to do background checks on you. You can't live in the dorms." So I was like, okay, what do I do? And then Becky like listed me like a whole list of like places that I can like find apartments and stuff. But then at the end, it like worked out because now I'm living with like my dad, cousin's cousin, and everything's like great now. So like I think any problem you have, driver license, anything, we most international students just like come to this office and we're like, what do we do? But
Nice, nice. I can relate it to that. So, how did the advisors and staff at your college help you navigate academics, life in the United States, and planning for your future?
right, we actually have two international counselors here,
Mm-hmm.
Amanda, and right off the bat, like even before you come here, you get to have like a one-on-one meeting, like a Zoom meeting with one of the counselors, and then they would help you like register for like your first semester of classes. So like they tell you everything, cuz I honestly had like no clue how the like education system worked here, cuz I think there were like it was like a little shopping cart. I remember you have to like add in like classes, like oh add and then drop or whatever and those stuff. I was like, what is all that? And I didn't know like the I get C, like the pathway and stuff, like the pathways to take like when you want to transfer to a 4 year, you need to take these class, like these out of like the like education, um like the ed classes, like oh you have to
Mm-hmm.
general education's like sorry, like you have to take these and stuff. Like I didn't understand any, so I was just like going along with what they said. So they actually help you with all that, and they also help you with um like your, because I had to write the UCPIQs for like transferring, and then they helped me look over that as well, because yeah, I kind of put it off till last minute, so I was like, can you please help me read this over and stuff.
Nice, nice. So now moving a little bit more to like student life. So moving to a new country can feel lonely at first. I've been there. One of the best parts of studying abroad is building friendship. And how did you start meeting people and building community at your new college?
Yeah, because yes, I remember my first year, I made my first friend in like the first semester. I think I remember like talking with her, like, and I accidentally like spoke, because back home like we would speak in like Burmese and English, like we would call it Myanglish. So like we would use, and so when I was talking to her about an exam, and then and then I accidentally like talked to her in Burmese. We just like laughed at her. It was just like a little funny moment, but that's how we bonded over. But then it turns out it was her last semester here, so I was like, oh great. But then I think that fall, after I also actually in the summer I went to like Florida to visit my aunt, and then but then because I was like, oh, I need to like, I need to like connect with my family because first semester was rough, right? Then I came back, and in fall I actually met my first real friend, and then from then on, I think, oh, I joined like club too, and I'm actually as a secretary in Asian Pacific Islander Women's in STEM club, and so that club actually like expanded my friendship amongst that, and also the international student club here. We have like a international student club, and then there's so much people here, and it's just like a diverse amount of people, and everyone's super friendly. So yeah, that's how I made my friendships.
Nice. I like clubs too. What are some of your favorite experiences on campus, whether through clubs, events, activities?
Hmm. I think, yeah, definitely club days. Every month I would look forward to that because they would always have like different like themes. Especially, for example, like okay, there's Valentine's Day theme, and then they would have like different themes. People would dress up in like pink or like yeah, and then we would have free food and stuff like oh, the first 100 people get these and stuff or like tacos or whatever. It's just so exciting, and we would always have like also like photo booths like transfer day. Like I think I remember there's also like transfer day celebrations, like just like club days in general for all of that. Those are really like fun. And also there's also like lots of what can I say? Work like resume building days, I believe. There's lots of like people like um like they would come and like offer you with like job opportunities. So if you are looking for jobs, it's also like a really good day. Like we have so much like opportunities. Also like one of my like favorite um campus, I believe. Um I think definitely cuz like this semester I'm taking zoology. So we get to like go on like field trips. So I didn't think like it would come with field trips. We get to go like tide pooling, and that's one of my most like favorite experiences here too, because you get to go on. I didn't think that we would get to go on field trips and stuff in like a class, but then we would go hike too, because the other day we actually just like yesterday, no, 2 days ago, we went on like a hike actually to like Pepperwood, and it was like a really big hike, like super. It was vigorous, but it was really lovely, and I actually caught three butterflies because we have to like pin in. But yeah, there's lots of like favorite memories on this campus.
Nice. And sorry that my lights went off. I'm in a room with a sensor present. If I don't move much, the lights go off. But you
Yeah,
mentioned about like opportunities. So when you arrived in the United States at young age, at 16, right? And have taken on leadership roles since then. How did your college help you grow in confidence and independence?
my college, like I mentioned, definitely the community here. I also like, cause my first year I wanted so much. I wanted to do so much, but I was like, there's just so much. Like you have to like take one step at a time. But there's just so much I wanted, cause I just felt like I was falling behind. So like I tried to get my first, cause I wanted a job. So I went to like a resume building workshop, and then I remember Anne, yeah, she helped me with like my resume, and she was such a like lovely person overall. But yeah, everything here actually, there's just so much um opportunities and like resources that there's so much that you need to like ask people. If you don't know, like you gotta ask for like those stuffs. And then like the community here, definitely like the international student program, all the faculties and stuff, like staff. And I also remember taking a class to help with like DRD, like note taking. If you're like a note taker for DRDs, like you get 1 unit and stuff. And then I remember like Laurie actually was like, you if you want to volunteer and stuff, she gave me like a list of like opportunities for volunteerings as well. But I wasn't able to like volunteer during my first summer because I went to Florida. But then the next summer, I was like, I really need to get stuff down in my like resume. Like I need to start doing stuff. So there's just like a lot of resources in general.
Nice. And you mentioned the volunteer, and you told us that you also volunteer at the Children's Museum and later become an ISP mentor and assistant. So, clarify for us what is an ISP and how did Santa Rosa Junior College encourage you to get involved and give back to the community?
So yeah, so this summer actually I started volunteering in the Children's Museum, and I always wanted to be go into the medical field. So I feel like being um volunteering there actually like helped me build like bond and connections with like children. It was like really like heart filling. Yeah. But yeah, cuz like also in an ISP, I'm working as an ISP mentor and assistant, which is like an in this department international student program mentor. So like we help initially we just like new students who come in, like who arrive at in in the US, like who feel like homesick and stuff. We can like help provide guidance and like support and like just like be there, just like emotionally, just and also like yeah, I feel like it's been really rewarding working here as an um ISB mentor. It's just like the environment is just completely like collaborative and everyone's just super supportive, so I really like enjoy working here. Usually we like work in the front desk and stuff, but yeah.
Nice. And now looking back, and how was your experience at Santa Rosa Junior College shape you who you are today? Like how do you think that this experience helped shape you?
I think to like just combine all the 2 years I a little over 2 years I spent here is tough, but then everything like my takeaway is just like there's just so much great experiences, even though there was also like difficulty like during my first year. You know, there was just like stuff to look forward to in the future and stuff. So I think Santa Rosa Junior College actually, it's like academically super rigorous as well, and like makes you like everyone, because of how supportive everyone is, like many people transfer to like the CSUs and UCs. So 4 years everyone has that goal in mind. So I think it's just a lovely campus overall and many opportunities and resources. So yeah.
Nice. And you share with us that you hope to become a pediatrician, and that's why you like to volunteer in the Children's Museum. So, what inspired you to have this dream?
I think as a kid I also like helped looking, because I have a really big family. I think my mom has like 11 siblings, my dad has 9 siblings, so I have like a lot of cousins. So I also like help look after my nieces and nephews growing up. So and I enjoy like the bonding time, and just like I want to help like younger people, like because everyone has like really bright futures and I just want to help them. And I feel like it's just like because I also want to go in the medical field, like pediatric is just like a great balance between them both. It's just like lies in the middle, so that's why.
Nice. And I would say that community colleges like Santa Rosa Junior College are often a great pathway to universities. How has Santa Rosa Junior College helped prepare you for transferring to a university in California? So, are you already defined where you're going?
Yeah, so yeah, we have like a really great transfer pathway. There's so much
Hmm.
counselors, and there's like a transfer center, so like you can go there and like just plan ahead before you like don't wait until last minute to like get everything sorted out. Just like start go there and be like like just if you have any questions, actually just go to that transfer center, and then they help you like with anything like CSUs, UCs. So now I'm actually like choosing between two universities, and I'm still like deciding because I still have till June 1st to decide between Berkeley and Davis. And it's just both. Thank you. But like both are great, but it's just like yeah, I'm really indecisive, so it's kind of hard for me. But it's like
Well, both options will be great.
but yeah.
Thank you. So now moving forward, now that you already have all this experience, like thinking about advice for future international students like me and you, like many students watching today may be thinking about studying in the United States, but feel nervous about leaving the house, leaving their home. What do you tell them based on your own experience?
So I feel like, to be honest, you'll never ever feel 100% ready. Because honestly, if I'm being honest, like the night before I left for the US, I was still packing my bags because I was like, how do I pack my life in these 2, 3 suitcases? Because it's just like, I don't know, it was just so overwhelming. And I was like, you'll never ever feel ready. I didn't feel ready, even like stepping on the plane. I was like crying continuously because it was just so funny because like, I would cry, stop, cry. It was just so funny. Anyways, but then, yeah, like just get on the plane and then you'll never ever know, you know, the what if is always going to be lingering behind if you don't step on the plane and explore the opportunity ahead. So I would suggest to actually, yeah, consider studying abroad. It's such a like rewarding and great experience as an international student.
Agree, agree. So, for students around the world considering their options, what makes Santa Rosa Junior College a great place to begin their journey in the United States?
Santa Rosa Junior College, I feel like most community colleges don't even have like dorms, but here we have like a dorm, and it's like super big, and the community, like I think I've mentioned community like many times, but it's just like everyone's just super supportive. And then just like I said, it's like student centered, so you get a one-on-one connection with the professors. They know you, they all know your names, so like they know every student in the class and they all want you to like strive for the best. They all want the best for you. So I think everyone is just super supportive here. And yeah, you like just go to office hours with like professors too, because they that's how you start building like connections and like one-on-one, yeah, connections. But here also, like Sonoma, I think Santa Rosa is just like Northern California. It's like it has just like everything because we have like trails and hikes, so people who like sceneries and stuff, just like it's perfect. Because I would go with my friends out to hike or like the beaches because we're near Bodega Bay, so there's like so much beaches along the Bodega Bay area. It's just, yeah, it's also like really close to like the main attractions places like San Francisco. So it's just like everything, a little bit of everything.
Nice. So, before we wrap up, I would love to hear from everyone here watching us. If you have any questions about studying in the United States or about Santa Rosa Junior College or Pancy Journey, feel free to drop them in the comments and I'll try to answer them as much as we can. So, we already have a question here. So, the audience is asking about how is the application process for you to come to your community college?
Oh, okay. So actually, the if you go to our website, like there's a SRJC International website, and you can also like, because if you email us, we can email you with like a deadline and like how to apply, just like all the informations and stuff. And like definitely go to the SRJC International website because there's all the informations you need about like incoming students, um, students who are admitted and stuff. Just like every information you need, just housing, everything in general. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel here in the United States, like the website of the universities are usually a great resource to start and they can direct you where you needed to go.
Right, but if you have questions, just email us at srjcinternational.edu.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just email us and we can like um answer with any questions you have.
Okay, so we have another question from a student over here, and they're asking if you recommend to live in California, if you had a good experience in California.
Oh yeah, I definitely recommend living in California because at the start, honestly, I was actually gonna go to Florida because my aunt was there. I was like, but then I wanted to like challenge myself and like grow like as a person mentally without, family around, or just like I did want family around, but the weather here and like it has so much great sceneries and just everything. Are you
Sorry.
no?
Oh, I got a cough.
Hope you're better now.
Yes.
But yeah, it's just California is really nice. You it's just a super big state, so yeah, I would definitely recommend coming to California. People
Nice.
really like friendly. So I think back home, you meet someone on the streets, right? You wouldn't say like hi or something, but here, if you meet someone, you just smile. Everyone greets you with a smile and then like a wave. So it's really friendly here.
Nice. Well, we have another question here, and another student said, "I went to study in the United States, and I'm from Algeria." Did
Ooh,
I pronounce properly the name of the country, Algeria?
you did.
Okay. So we have another student comment. How did you make friends and get out of your comfort zone?
Okay, so I was really introverted, honestly, back home. I didn't really have like great friends. I mean, I did have really great friends, but like I was just super introverted back home. But here I was like, since I'm like already like starting like a new, like starting fresh, like, just step out of your comfort zone. I know it's like easy to say this, but like especially like when you start, just join a club, because honestly, if you look back like 10 years from now, any embarrassing moments you think you did, you're not even going to remember. Even like a day after that, nobody really remembers that except for you. So it's just like, just join a club. I think that's my suggestion. Just like join a club and nobody knows you there, so you can just introduce yourself and just like talk about your experiences, just like bond over like classes and like the trauma in the classes or stuff. So
Over like the difficulties and the learning process together, right?
yeah,
I agree.
right, yeah.
Okay, so we have another question. And sorry, I put a gum in my mouth. I was coughing. How long did it take for you to get approved visa?
Um, for the visa process, I actually, cause back home in Myanmar, it was kind of hard to for me to like get a visa appointment because everything was booked and stuff. So I actually had to go to Thailand, Bangkok, to get a visa appointment, and I believe it took like right after you take your interview, right? That like on the spot they would tell you like, okay, you're accepted, or like, no, you got rejected or stuff. And then so after you get accepted, it's just like, I remember my first visa experience. Actually, I was just, everyone in front of me was getting rejected like one after another, and I just started like panicking because I was like, am I just set for rejection? But then she actually approved it, and she was just like, she stamped something on the like the passport, and then she would take your passport. So yeah, and then right after that, you're approved. You just had to wait for your passport to be like delivered back to you. We had to actually go and like grab my passport for like a week. I think it took like a week to get my like visa on my passport. But yeah,
So
after you,
after you were able to like schedule your visa appointment,
yeah, yeah,
it was
right. I think the process is just like right after your appointment, you're done. I mean,
Mhm.
like you'll know on the spot if you got approved or not.
Nice. Yeah, I remember when I got my student visa too, and I think as long as you have all the paperwork from the university,
Yeah,
is not complex.
right. If you have all like your F1, like the documents, every documents you need, just bring every documents you have to that interview, even if they don't ask you for stuff, because they're gonna be like, oh, give me this, give me that. Just be prepared. And so yeah, I think after you have everything, just try to get that interview down, and then you'll be good to go.
Yeah. Well, Pansy, thank you so much for sharing your story with us today. Your journey is truly inspiring, and I'm sure it will encourage many students around the world who are considering studying abroad. For everyone watching today over here, if you're interested in learning more about Santa Rosa Junior College, you can visit studyusa.com and explore programs, resources, and opportunities. So, thank you so much for joining us today, and I
Thank
hope to see you again in our next live session. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Thank you so much, Pansy. Appreciate it.
you so much.